Yeah, let me say good morning to all those who are tuned in onto cricket this morning. It's a beautiful day for cricket here at the Ronald Webster Park here on Anguilla. A very beautiful day indeed. And it will be Revolution taking knock against Masters. Here we see umpire Morton and umpire Proctor. It's
Proctor and Liddie.
And Liddie.
Liddie.
Colin Liddie is the other umpire here. So we are just about ready to go. Just a few spectators to our right here this morning. And the bowler is Williams. The bowler is Williams with his gentle off spin. Carly Rogers, the wicket keeper, is standing back. I see a short third man cover. A straightish made off. A wideish mid-on. Man deep on the square leg boundary. And it will be Hodge facing up to Williams. Here is Williams with the first delivery, and he passes. And that's played quietly up into the offside, and there is no run. Once more, it will be Williams bowling to Hodge. Here he is now, and he bowls. And that's driven through the covers, a lovely shot. A long chase for the man. It will go into the boundary now for 4 runs. The first scoring shot, beautifully played indeed, into the boundary for 4 runs. That was a gentle lollipop loosener, and it went into the boundary for 4. So, the scoreboard is ticking for no loss in the first over. And it will be Williams once more. Some adjustment to the field. The man is coming a little straightish at the cover. And it will be just on the edge of the circle. Here is Williams. Passes umpire Proctor on balls, and that's driven in the offside. It's fielded, and there is no run. So it's the first over here. A beautiful day. The sun is beaming down. Williams passes and bowl. And that's driven once more. A lovely shot past the diving figure here. And it may go just inside the boundary. And they come back for the second run. So it's 6 for no loss in the first over. Let me say good morning to Chief Benjamin, who has just joined me in the commentary. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Sambo. It's the 3rd place playoff. Here is Williams, goes past umpire Proctor, bowls to in the air. He's not gonna get his dot delivery. So Masters looking to win a game here.
Yes, they played all season, and they were beaten by everybody. We see them lack of fitness here. Williams.
I must say there's a very strong breeze here today, so we should see the batters looking to capitalize on that, trying to hit the ball towards broody ground, as the friend Doc would say. But end of over number one, the score is 6 for no loss.
Yes, a beautiful day here for cricket at the JRW. 6 for no loss. Later in the day, we will have, it's a double header. We will have a beautiful game for first place. That will be Stars
Yeah, the grand finals
up
coming up
against
next.
the St. Martin. Very grand final indeed. It will be John Jeffers with his off-spin ball into Kishon Richardson.
John Jeffers has been very effective in the power play, opening the bowling for the Masters, picking up quite a few wickets. So he will be hoping to have that good start again. What I can tell you, Sambo, is the first 6 as a batting team, you got to look to capitalize on that, because once the ball gets old, it's very difficult to get it to the boundary. So the field here, they're going with a long on and a deep mid wicket. No one in backward square on the leg side.
No fine leg.
No fine leg. Here's Jeffers. Bowls to Richardson, who's looking to play it behind square. They're going for 1. They should come back for 2. If they run quickly enough, they could get 3. But, you know, the man, Yusuf Hodge, is not the quickest between the wickets. So, a couple of runs to begin the over. Masters playing with a man shot, I believe. 2-men shot. Masters with 2-men shot. So changing the field, the man Charlie Hodge moved to square leg. John Jeffers again outside the off stump, and it's left. Umpire doesn't signal anything. But in this format of the cricket, you wouldn't see batters leaving balls tossed up outside the off stump like Richardson. This time he's going back, and it's a dot delivery. So a good start here for Jeffers. He's only conceded 2 runs so far. Here's Jeffers again, goes past umpire Liddie, tossing this one up again, and he's going to go for a single. That's all they're going to get. Very poor running between the wickets, because the fielder on the boundary looks to be the man Africa, who doesn't have a good arm at all in returning the ball in. So they could have run 2 here. There's going to be a change in the field now. So they're bringing up the man on the offside, and they have a cow corner in place. Oh, they still have 3 fielders outside the circle, so not sure if that's the field they want to work with. If they do deliver that delivery, it's going to be a no ball. But they decide to bring in the mid-off for Hodge. Here is Jeffers again. Goes past umpire Liddie, bowls to Hodge, who's tossing that one into the offside. They're going to go for 1. They should look for 2 here, but they settle on 1. That's poor running between the wickets. With the Masters, you got to try to capitalize on the running between the wickets.
Yes, you have to do that, because they are not so fast. As we see, one of the aircrafts, this is our 3rd aircraft while sitting here just over our head, which makes its way into the west. End of the 2nd over. And the score is 10. So they should score just about 75 runs.
It's a very quiet start, and the Masters is a team, they haven't won a game, but cricket, as we know, is a game of glorious uncertainties. So you don't want to underestimate any opposition. I think they're going a bit too casual at the moment. They should look to capitalize here and get some more runs in the power play. You know, it's 15 overs, so it's only 4 overs of power play. Williams will continue. Spin from both ends. Here is Williams again. Bowls to excellent delivery. Yorker length. Hodge only bringing down the bat just in time. It's a dot delivery to begin the over. The Masters looking for a good start here. What do you reckon is a good total in the 15 over match encounter we have here? What do you reckon is a good total?
125. Because Revolution will up the score in a while.
Here is Williams again, bowls to Hodge, who's driving that one back straight past the bowler. It goes to the keeper, the captain, sorry, in the man Masimba Bowens. And it's another dot delivery. So it's a quiet start here for the Revolution team. Both teams, I think, would be short of players. Here is Williams again, bowls to Hughes. This one turning back into him, and it's another dot delivery. So excellent start from the man Williams, making himself into a new ball bowler. Because earlier in the tournament, you see the Masters had to begin to seam from both ends, and they were leaking runs with the ball being very new and hard. And now they have spinners to operate in the man Williams and Jeffers. Here's Williams again, and ooh, that one taking on the inner portion of the bat. A chance for a run out here, but like I said, the Masters doesn't have the best of the fielders in terms of the quickness on the outfield, and it was just an easy single in the end. And Richardson will face Williams for the first time. He's not the quickest of run scorers either. So Williams will love to bowl to him to finish up a good over here. So they're going with a sweeper on the offside, so he's going to look to bowl wide, only 2 players on the leg side. Let's see how well he can bowl here. This one is excellently bowled. And he's another opportunity. He's gone to the bowler's end. But Richardson is in. A risky single in the end. End of over number 3, is it? 1 delivery to come. 1 delivery to come. Excellent start here for the Masters. You cannot ask for better start than that.
Yes, I would want to see them win a game here today.
That should have been a single, but it's a dot ball. And the over comes to an end of over number 3. At the end of over number 3, the score is 12. Going at some 4 and over, Sambo?
Yes, that would put them just in the region of 60.
So every time the projected score is going down.
Going down, here. So, and 60 would be light work for the Masters.
Indeed, with the likes of Kali. I know they're playing without Burton today. But they have the man John Jeffers himself, Kali, and Masimba Bowens who can bring out the long handle.
Yes, West Indies is playing over in Guyana. After 12 overs, they are 74 for 4 in their batting.
Well, West Indies seems to be in a good position there. But the Revolution, we know, would have lost their captain Ashan Hodge, not in some way in the middle of the tournament. They would lost the other captain Jacob Pals due to injury, and so they're playing 2 batters short. That's a good drive. It's only going to be 1. Run scoring very slow. So that could be the reason why they're playing that cautious. But you don't want to dig yourself into a hole. I know there's the likes of Mark Gukaran to come. Rolando Wright as well, who can hit the ball. So you're going to have to look to capitalize and get as much runs as possible. Yesterday, the Masters couldn't get 96.
Oh, my.
Big semi-final games against the foreign stars. So you should be looking to aim in that sort of region. Interesting field here. Made off very wide. Into the pads of Yusuf Hodge. That's gone into the gap as well. That's going to go to the boundary. Well stopped. A bit of footwork there on the boundary. And he restricts the batters to 2.
Yes, it was a beautiful stroke indeed, and it had 4 runs, but the football came into play where he played it with his foot and stopped it, and certainly stopped 4 runs.
Saved a couple of runs for his team. So the adjustment has made with the mid-off. He's now a bit straighter. Here is Jeffers again. This one is exactly where the mid-off was, and that's gone into the boundary for 4. Just a bit too short there from Jeffers. Hodge rocking on the back foot and picking the gap perfectly on the boundary. I think that's a rare boundary. A rare boundary indeed for the Revolution.
Yes, Yusuf just came and opened himself and played that well along the ground into the boundary for 4 runs. A beautiful shot here from Yusuf Hodge indeed.
Well, he has to be the aggressor. Batting with Keithstone Richardson, can put a bit of pressure on you as a batter, because he's not the quickest accumulator of runs. So allowing Hodge to play a different game here, and he's expressing himself so far so good.
Yes, he's doing it very well.
The score moves on to 19. We in the course of over number 4. Score is 19 without loss. Here is Jeffers again. Bowls to Hodge on the pads. That one was drifting down the leg. It's call and signal wide by Colin Liddie. Hodge would have felt that he missed out there. No fine leg.
Just tickled around the corner and it would be 4 runs.
Here is John Jeffers, commonly known as Bobby Blacks. It's gone straight to the man Masimba Bowen, and it's another dot. It's a dot delivery. The dot ball percentage in this first 4 overs is very high. That's something they have to work on. Try to rotate the strike a bit more. Make use of the left and right hand combination. Here is Jeffers again. This time he's down the track and he's gone. Going down the track, missing it completely. And like I said, the pressure was probably getting to him. And an easy stumping for Kali. Yusuf Hodge, the aggressor, has to go. And it looks like it's going to be the man, Rolando Wright, going out to bat at that crucial number 3 position.
Yes, Yusuf went down to play a big stroke into the Central Polyclinic. And he was beaten with drift and turn. And he was stumped by wicketkeeper Kali Rogers here, doing a very great job at the back of the stumps. Rolando Wright is the next batsman, who could also play a very good inning indeed.
Well, he has to play a big innings here because there's still some money on the line for this game. So you're gonna have to try to bring out your best players early. In this format of the game, the T20 format, we know they're playing 15 overs here, but in the 2020 format, you want your best players facing the most deliveries. So hence the reason for the promotion of Rolando Wright coming up the order. Like I said, no Ashan in this 11, no Oliver Walker, no Jacob Pals. So it's going to put a lot of pressure on the other batters. They're gonna have to show up here and make a decent total out of this game.
It's 85 for 4 West Indies in the 13th over.
And Jeffers proven effective.
Yes, very effective indeed. A new ball bowler.
Gentle off spin. He's gonna bowl to Rolando Wright, who's on strike, going to bowl to face his first delivery. Feel a man at the cow corner and a sweep on the offside. They're looking to make a change, but they're gonna bring in the sweep on the offside, and a long on is going out. Jeffers not looking to be too happy with that field, but they sense the reason for right up the order. He's looking to tempo up the scoring. First ball, Jeffers comes from the Central Polyclinic and bowls to Wright, who smashes that one for 4. Rocking back on the back foot. A little bit of whiff given, and 4 runs all the way.
Yes, it was a very good cut shot indeed. He went on the back foot and it went all along the ground, just where the sweeper came from. And into the boundary for 4 runs.
That's exactly what Jeffers was signaling to the captain. Why would you change the field? I've been working with it, it's been working fine. And you decide to change the field, and exactly where that ball came, exactly where the fielder came from, the ball went. End of over number 4. The score is now 24 for the loss of 1.
Yes, scoring at that rate would put them at 90.
So the tempoing up a bit now.
And 90 would be just enough for the Masters at the way that they played throughout the season.
Williams going to continue. He's going to bowl off his last over here. So with the power play coming to an end, 4 overs of the power play. So the sweeper is going out on the offside. And that's the only fielder outside the circle for Richardson. 2 fielders on the leg side. Here is Williams. Comes from the commentary booth end. Bowls to Richardson. That one is into the pads. And oh my goodness! A real long hop. And he just played it right back down into the pitch.
Yes, that ball should be falling in our direction right now. It was a gentle hop, a gentle lollipop then by Williams.
You could have hit it anywhere you wanted to. Here is Williams again. Goes past umpire Proctor, bowls to Richardson. Another one. And this time he capitalized. This time he capitalizes and get a boundary. A really ordinary ball in there from Williams.
Yes, quite ordinary in this over. He started very well, and he has bowled 2 lollipop hops here, and one was dispatched into the boundary for 4 runs by Kishan Richardson, who played it very well indeed.
Score moves on to 28. 28 for the loss of 1. The man Yusuf Hodge out. Here is Williams again to bowl to Richardson. This is a full toss and he doesn't capitalize. He's going to get a quick single here. That's all they're going to get. Rolando Wright was making some comments on the non-strikers end, so it's interesting to see the field setting and how he's going to look to go after Williams here. He seems to be in a no-nonsense mood.
Yes, it's a beautiful day for cricket. Almost a cloudless day. Beautiful sunshine. Not too hot today, but very good indeed.
Changing the field. Man goes up on the long on boundary. And he just plays it. Looking for a second here. They're going to come back for 2. It should be easy. Very, very good running between the wickets. Good clean field in there from Olivier.
Yes, but he could not have prevented the second run.
Excellent smart batting from Rolando Wright, showing his wealth of experience. Here is Williams again, goes past umpire Proctor, bowls to Wright, who is going to do the same thing again. This time I think he played a bit too cautious, but they're going to come back for the second here. Trouble here, but it's good running indeed. Very good running indeed. That would have been suicidal if they went for the third. But excellent batting here. He knows exactly how he played it, picking the big gaps in the field. And it's all about what are you going to do? Try to stop 2 and risk getting the boundary?
Yeah, I would stop 2. And here we have another aircraft flying over us this time. Airport is quite busy today.
So there, another field change. Here is Williams, goes past the umpire, bowls to. That's a brilliant stop. Looks a bit awkward, but he's effective, and the over comes to an end. End of over number 5. The score is 34? 33, sorry. 33
yes,
for the loss of 1.
they're still on course to score somewhere in the region of 90, 95 runs, and then put the Masters under pressure.
90-95 runs will definitely put the Masters under some pressure here. It looks like it's going to be Jeffers who's going to finish his spell. He's already bowled 2 overs. The power play is done, so interesting to see if they're going to put another fielder outside the circle. They've so far been employing just the one. And there's a signal from the umpire stating at the end of the power play. So looking to see the field setting here.
We see Carly Rogers still very useful at the back of the stumps.
Very, very useful indeed. That's a very extraordinary field placement. Nothing too special about it. Here is Jeffers. That's 4 runs. He's not going to stop that. But Africa, he does stop it, but there's a wayward throw. I'm not sure what happened here. So they only get 2, 3?
3 runs. He pulled it just inside the boundary. Africa showed that he's still useful in the field. Still a little speed.
Yes, indeed. So 3 runs there.
It's 36.
36 for the loss of 1. The Revolution batters now taking advantage of the big spaces in the field. A lot of field change here. They're going to put. Here is Jeffers again. Comes from the central polyclinic and bowls to right. Who's making a big, that's 4 runs. This time Africa won't get there. I'm not sure why he's outside the circle but not all the way back. He's been somewhere half and half, and it doesn't prove to be effective. I'm not sure what the captain is thinking here.
Yeah, I believe that he should be way out on the edge of the boundary here. He would have stopped this one, but it was a beautiful shot here by
Rolando
Wright, who is in no nonsense mood here this morning.
Yes, indeed, it was a brilliant stroke because they had an extra packed offside field, and he had to find the gap between a couple of fielders, and he did so effectively. But don't forget, we have the big game coming up this afternoon. We'll have the Spartans from St. Martin going up against the Foreign Stars. A big final, much anticipated final.
Yes, I would like to see, because St. Martin has played all through.
A change in the field. That man on the long on boundary coming up. That's a bad delivery, badly lined. But they missed out here. Only gonna get one leg by. Most importantly, the scorecard keeps on ticking over for the Revolution since the man Rolando Wright came to crease. Three fielders out, a sweep on the offside, a long off, and a cow corner. And he goes straight to the man Africa, who does an excellent job in stopping that. So he's definitely proven to be useful.
Yes, very useful indeed.
A good stop there from Africa. That would have certainly been four. Would have certainly been a boundary. Because he was in the circle. It's a pretty quick outfield. Jeffers trying to get through his spell here. Rolando Wright on strike. Here is Jeffers. Goes past umpire Bowles to right. This time over the man, Charlie Hodge. And the fielder coming across the boundary. Oh my goodness me! What an excellent piece of fielding. What could have been four was restricted to one. Where has this Masters fielding been all tournament long?
Yes, a very good piece of fielding by Holford Brown here. He did it with excellence and class.
Here is Jeffers again. Full outside the off stump, is in trouble here, going down to the man Simba Bowens. And that's 4 runs. Couldn't get across in time. One of the more younger players on the side. Not being outshined by the older guys.
Yes, so if there was made on a bit straight, he would have taken that catch.
Indeed. At the end of over number 6. End of over number 6, the score is 47.
Yes, they are motoring on quite healthy at this time with Kishan and Mafi doing their thing here. He's in no nonsense mood here, playing very well indeed.
Yes, there's a lot of gaps in the field since the man Rolando Wright came to crease. He's decided that he's going to play his game fearlessly. And I'm not worried about who's missing out in this game. It's an opportunity for me to get some runs, and he's certainly taking advantage of that. His very first delivery he faced was a boundary, and he's definitely lived up to that expectation. 47 for the loss of 1. End of over number 6. Masters look stunned.
You see the way how Masters had played all season. 95 in one game, they were 72 for 1 and only managed 111.
Well, I remember the very first game they played in this season. That was the closest game they had when they were playing against the Revolution themselves. So they will feel pretty confident chasing down a total against the Revolution. But it's looked like it's going to be a change in the bowling. It's going to be the man Masimba Bowen. He used to be a lot quicker, but he's these days more known for his slow deliveries and cutters. And is he bowling spin? He looks like he's going to bowl some seam from a very short run. A very, very short run indeed. Not used to see him from that very short run. And
I wonder if he's going to be spinning.
Here is Bowens. Bowls to right, who comes forward casually and plays it. It's going to be an easy single. Very good batting here from the man, Rolando Wright. Most importantly, whenever he's not getting the boundaries, he's rotating the strike. And in T20 cricket, as long as you restrict the dot balls and limit the dot balls as much as possible, as a batting team, you're in a good position. Here is Bowens here. Goes past umpire Proctor, bowls to Richardson, who is playing that one casually off his pads. He's gone for one, they're going to come back for two, but Richardson is just ball watching. And in the end, they still get there comfortably. Score moves on by 2. The score moves on by 2. Bowens from a very short run. Leaves the commentary booth and goes past Proctor. And he's driven down the ground, drilled down the ground, should only be 1. Olivier makes absolutely no mistake, restricting them to 1. The score moves on by 1 to 50. The 50 is up on the board now for the Revolution team in the course of over number 7. 50 runs on the board. Here is Bowens again. Goes past umpire, bowls to Rolando Wright, who is swinging and missing. Slow delivery outside the off stump. Wright couldn't make a connection.
The tables. Let me see if I get it.
So it's Bowens. He's going to go through his over very quick here because the long run up is no more than 5 steps. Bowls to Wright, who's playing smartly. Very smart cricket indeed. Very, very smart cricket. It's another single. Keeping the scorecard ticking over. The score moves on to 51. 52, sorry. 52 for 1. 52 runs on the board. Richardson on strike. Facing Simba Bowens, who is going to spin. He's much better off doing that. Excellent end to the over. End of over number 7, 52 for the loss of 1. Well, the position in which the Revolution team is in right now, they should look to get at least 115 to 120 runs from there. End of over number 7, 52 for 1. 52 for the loss of 1. Who's going to pick up the bowling from the central polyclinic end? It looks like it's going to be the man Holford Brown. It's going to be the man Holford Brown, as we anticipated. He's going to take up the bowling from the central polyclinic end. He will be bowling to the man Rolando Wright, who is in the no-nonsense mood. Wright is on... Wright is on 11. Richardson on... Richardson on 21, Wright on 11. Richardson would have been there from the start. Wright seems to be doing a good job. Taking a very long time here now to get the feel right, the Masters. So the field setting they're going with is a long on, long off. Deep mid-wicket, for the mid-wicket, just behind Cow Corner. There's a short extra cover in place, and here is Holford Brown from a short run-up. Bowls to Wright, who's playing that into the leg side, and they're going to go for an easy single here. Lots of spaces in the field. Rolando Wright playing excellently. The score moves on to 53, Wright moves on to 12. Richardson on 21. So They're going to keep the field the same. No one deep on the leg side. So he's going to have to bowl pretty much outside the off stump. Here is Holford Brown here. Goes past umpire Liddie, bowls to Richardson, very wide outside the off stump, and that will be called and signaled by the umpire. The score moves on to 54. 54 for 1. We're in the course of over number 8. In the course of over number 8. 54 for the loss of 1. Here is Brown again. Goes past the umpire, bowls to Richardson, who is loud appeal. And the umpire says not out. Richardson missing out there. Goes, if you get that ball past the man at backward point, it's a definite boundary. The sweeper way in front. Here is Brown again. Straight pass over the bowler's head. And it's excellent bit of fielding here. The fielder comes around. It's Masimba Bowens. Restrict the score to a single. So excellent start here for Brown. Restricting the, slowing down the run scoring. It's a ball played into the offside. They're going for 1. They're going to come back for 2. Richardson was very slow to get off his bat. You cannot be doing that at this level. You have to look to capitalize as much as possible on the Masters fielders. They're not the quickest around the field, and you should have come back there for an easy couple of runs. Because that fielder at the long of boundary had to move across to the deep extra cover region, and you're only getting 1. So maybe he's saying, I want to get a bit of Brown, and definitely doing so. It's a gentle full toss. He flicks it away into the leg side, and it's a boundary here. Richardson moves on to 26, I believe. Richardson moves on to 26. The score is 58. 58 for 1.
Yes, that was a very good stroke indeed. He just launched into it and played it over square leg into the boundary for 4 runs. Beautiful stroke. Here he's coming into his own now, and he has upped the tempo a bit here. Beautiful day still for cricket. If you are not doing anything, you just join us here at the Ronald Webster Park. It's a beautiful day indeed for cricket.
Correction from the scorer. The score is 60. 60 for 1.
60 for 1.
In the course of over number 8.
Still scoring relatively well here.
Still no one deep on the leg side. Brown again. And he just plays it casually down the ground for a single. Very good rotation of strike and use of that right arm left arm combination. End of over number 8. End of over number 8. The score is 61 for the loss of 1.
Yes, I'm still healthy going here. The wicket has dried up and settled up here, and it will be a lot of runs today because the wicket was well prepared, well ruled today. And Shiv, about how much runs you intend to score today?
Well, cricket is played on the field, and maybe hopefully I wouldn't get the bat.
Okay, let us hope so. Because I've seen you get very useful stats and then get out trying to hit.
Well, T20 cricket and any format of cricket is all about playing your role. And I've been playing the finisher role for my side. So whenever I get out there is to hit the ball. Sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Masimba Bowens will continue bowling his off spin as he bowls to Richardson. That's on his shot on the pads. He's gone for 1. He should look to come back for 2. Richardson coming back for the second quite comfortably.
So it's 2 more runs to
Leg byes.
Leg byes here up the score. In one game we had the extras as the second top score.
Well, you get those when you're playing against the Masters. That's a big shot. Over the offside, over the infield, and it goes into the boundary. 4 runs. He's not giving himself any support, the skipper. Because they have the ability to put at least 1 more fielder outside of the circle. And he's not done that. He's kept 5 in the circle. Only 2 fielders outside. The score moves on to 67. 67 for 1. Down the ground,
And that's
going
driven.
straight back. Down to the man Williams, who his score moves on to 68. 68 for 1. .68 for 1 in the course of over number 9. .68 for 1 in the course of over number 9. Bowens employing the other field outside for right. The Bulls a gentle full toss to right, sweeps behind square, sweeps effectively into the boundary. 4 runs. The score moves on to 72. 72 for 1. And Rolando Wright continues in his own fashion, that no nonsense mood that he came into. And he's really tempoing up the scoring here.
Yes, that was a beautiful stroke here by Rolando Wright. He just swept it. He has a very good broom here, so he swept it very well and into the boundary for 4 runs. Let me say good morning to Frankie.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
As he will be joining Shiv for the comments here.
Here is Bowens, and Wright comes forward circumspectly and just plays it back to the bowler. And has been joined here by co-commentator, the man Frankie. Here is Bowens again. White turned this one behind square, and the bowler has to run that down. And that is gone all the way into the boundary. He's not going to get there.
It's not a good sight from what I'm seeing. 8 men? 9? Not a good sight. I was hoping that at least for the semi-finals that the full teams would show up. You know, it takes away from the game. And so what the score goes on to now,
just getting updated by the scorer here. 77 for 1.
77 for 1, and we're into over number
9.
Over number 9. You're playing 20 overs?
15.
15. All right. Still a possibility of getting at least 140 if they bat properly with this kind of field. All kinds of gaps. All they have to do is to walk the balls into the gaps and put away the bad balls.
Indeed. So far they've been doing a good job rotating the strike. Here is Simber again. He's going to be bowling his off spin. Bowls to Rolando Wright. It's a full toss through the offside. That's 4 runs. No one is going to get there. That trickles away into the boundary. 4 more runs to Rolando Wright.
That's just what I'm talking about. Use the gaps, rotate your strike, and you should get a decent score.
Indeed. End of over number 9. The score is 81. 81 for 1. And the Masters doesn't look like Masters today. Heads down. The confidence is not there. And it looked like it's going to be Holford Brown to continue. Had a ordinary start.
Very, very ordinary start with 9 men on the field. 9, 3, 5, 9. It's not a good sign. There might have been 1 shot, 2 shot, or whatever, but it's not a good sign. Now, what's the rule? If the other 2 turn up now by the innings is completed, can they or can they not bat?
They would be able to bat, but they would be able to bat at number 7, after 7.
After 7 then.
After the innings are completed?
Yeah.
Well, all the best for them.
Here is the man Holford Brown, continuing from the Central Polyclinic end. He's going to change, come over the wicket. He's going to be bowling to the left-handed Richardson. Still no one deep on the leg side. Here is Brown. That's 4 runs. From the moment it left the bat, it was for up and over. Excellent shot.
Right choice of shot, right spot. That's all they got to do, utilize the gaps wisely. Don't throw away your game. Just walk the ball into the gap, over the top.
But even if they had an extra fielder, the extra 2 fielders, I don't think there would be no one in that position at all. So it was a real good cricket stroke, inside out, over the man at short extra cover.
It all depends, because I've seen them with some weird field placings in this tournament.
Excellent delivery there from Holford Brown. Very, very good comeback. But Keisha Richardson again, moment brain fat, and it could have been a single. But
Wind seemed to be much stronger than yesterday. It was pretty strong. Not strong enough yesterday, but very strong today.
Here is Holford Brown. Goes past the umpire, bowls to Keisha Richardson, who's playing that one back of the square to the man Africa, who doesn't feel cleanly, and it's a single anyway. So Rolando Wright will be on strike. He's been doing an excellent good job from the moment he came in. 3 fielders outside the circle for him. Here is Brown. Loud appeal, and he's given. Loud appeal, and Rolando Wright has to go. Rolando Wright has to go. Not a happy man, but Holford Brown breaking that crucial partnership. And the second wicket down. And the score is on
He had his hands akimbo.
86.
The thing is that when you're batting to bowlers like those, you need to learn to use your feet. A lot of our players stay in the box. He just struck him for 6. He just beat him with a delivery. Go to the length of the ball. Dance down. You're not going to put it away, kill it dead. But if you're going to stay there and he's bowling line and length, you miss, you're gone.
And that's exactly what happened to the man Rolando Wright. And we see the new batter coming out. It looks to be the man Mark Gookaran. Excellent batter. He would have batted at number 3 in the previous game for the Revolution. So it's interesting to see if he can capitalize and get some runs here, which is the final game for both teams.
Yes, sir. 3rd and 4th position. We're into over number 10, is it?
Yeah.
And 2 wickets are gone, and we're at what score?
86.
86.
Rolando Wright just out for 21 of the bowling of Brown. Richardson there on 36. 37. 36 or 37? Richardson on 37. But it's Mark Gookaran on strike. He'll be facing from the man Holford Brown, who's a bit fired up. Here's Brown, goes past the umpire, bowls to Mark, who's playing that down the ground, and it's going to be an easy single. And that's good. You come into bats, and your very first delivery, you're off strike. You cannot ask for a better start than that.
Push it around, get the measure of the strip, and then you play your game according to plan.
Richardson, the much more settled batter, faces up to Brown. That's a bad ball. That's going to go pretty close to the boundary, but Africa, he's proven that he's quicker than he looks. And he chases that down and restrict them to a couple. It's a wide as well. Was it signaled by the umpire? Not signaled by the umpire, so it probably hit something. But no leg by signal. And it's the end of the over. End of over number 10. The score is 89. 89 for 2 after over number 10.
89 for 2 after 10. It's a good going for the
This is the Revolution.
Revolutions. So, who's going to bowl over number 11? Is it Olivier?
Olivier.
Yeah, Olivier is going to come on to bowl on number 11. He usually bowls tight. So you want runs, you're going to have to work for your runs off of him.
Yeah, with five overs left, we know the Revolution team are going to look to capitalize as much as possible. And in the last 5 overs, if they could get another 30, 40 runs, that would put them in a commanding position to win this game. New club, and showing some very good potential. Here is Olivier to the man Mac. And it's a single straight to the fielder, but it's the Masters, so they decide to run.
Ran on the stroke, which was the right thing to do. He was backed up by his the non-striker who hustled through, gave him the opportunity to come through for the single. Now the left-hander is going to be on strike.
Left-hand batter Richardson on strike. He'll be going up against Olivier. Here is Olivier, goes past the umpire, bowls to Richardson, who swings, and that's going for one. They're going to come back for the second. Africa in pursuit. Excellent through, but could not restrict the second. Buys this
Chance
time.
in the arms.
Call and signal by the umpire.
Out his shoulder in the interim. You can't do it, you can't do it. Your aches and pains won't pay for this. Sacrifice the underarm throw.
Up and over again. This time it's a fielder out there. He judges it well and he restricts them to one. Very good fielding. He's been good today in the outfield, Brown.
Yes.
Saving
Getting
a lot
that
of
wicket,
runs.
he's going to be up there, all pumped up.
Indeed. Mac usually hits the ball very hard. And it's a dot ball. Missed out there. It was a wide ball, but he tried to play it way too early. Had you hang back a little bit and play it later, there's no backward point. No third man. No one behind square on the offside. Would have been a boundary. Big swing and a miss. He's just looking to muscle it out of the park, not looking for placement and timing. There's a lot of gaps in the field, so you're going to have to capitalize on that.
Definitely.
Here is Olivier again. Goes past the umpire, bowl to Gukaran. Very wide and a big swing this time. No connection again. And another dot delivery to end the over.
Another good shot there from him. He should have been looking to play that ball square into the outside. Cut it away rather than try to pull it. Ball did not get up, and so he played all over it.
Indeed. That's something that you've been struggling with. The balls, sometimes it comes up, sometimes it keeps a bit low. But you got to play every ball on its merit. And Gukaran not taking advantage on that occasion. End of over number 11. The score is 93. 93 for the loss of 2. We still have the opener Richardson there. Richardson, who's now on 40. Richardson on 40. And he's looked good so far for his 40. Playing the captain's role and playing a captain's knock indeed. Looking to bat all through for his side to ensure they get to a commendable total.
He has been having some good knocks throughout the tournament, so he's just got to carry it through. He should see his team through. And I was wondering if my technician remembered how to tie a goat, but he does remember. The wind is pretty strong and really almost taking apart the tent, which you got to protect these instruments. And we have to ensure that we are protected here as well, down the leg side.
Call and signal wide. A bad start here from the man Brown. He would want to line that up as quickly as possible. And here is a plane taking off in the background, near distance. That's gone in the air, straight up. Has it gone all the way? Yes, it has. 6 runs. Very straight. Richardson moves on to 46. Richardson moves on to 46, and he's looking to tempo up 4 runs away from that crucial half century for him. He's
Lovely
played
shot
a
indeed.
very good knock here so far for his side.
Just got to see through, bat through the overs, take his side to a good total.
Well, today is a day for him to make runs, and he would definitely want to get a 50 up. He's on 46. Here is Holford Brown again. Goes past the umpire Liddie. This time he places it along the ground. He moves on to 47. It's just going to be the 1. Richardson moves on to 47. The score moves on to 100, is it? Yeah. 101. The score moves on to 101. Revolution with a commendable total so far. Here is a man Brown, bowls to Mac, who drives back past the bowler. Very hard indeed. They settle for one. Were they going to come back for two? No. Decides to settle for one. Score is 102.
102 and looking to go on. They need to now get on motoring. We're into over number 11?
12.
Yeah, 12. So they got to start motoring. Get 120, 130, and you're in a good position.
Here is Holford Brown again. This time Richardson peels outside the outside edge, and he's going to look to come back for a second here. If he gets 3, it's going to be his 50. And they're going to come back for the third, and that's going to be 50 for the man, Keithstone Richardson. A well-played knock. We see a lot of patience in that knock. A 50 from Keithstone Richardson. Excellent knock indeed from him.
He has always been the mainstay for the team. Stays around long, and, you know, I would want to see him in one of these good days get a good start and build. Get a nice knock, a good 80, 100, depending on the type of cricket we are playing.
It's going to be another single here, added to the total. Richardson looking solid, but he's going to have to bat till over number 15 if his team is going to get to a good total. It's not the easiest pitch to start on. Here is Brown again to bowl to Richardson. This time he's tugging the one into the leg side. And was it pad, or did he get some bat on it? Leg by signal by umpire Colin Liddie. Score moves on by 1 to 107. 107 at the end of over number 12. It's 107 for 2.
107 for 12, and Richardson has got a cheerleader that has just come. Told him just arrived, and he's cheering him on, telling him to bat on. He needs to see the team through. 3 overs to go. Bat through, get a good 60, 70 with the other partner there. They could put on at least 20, 30 runs in the next 3 overs if they use the gaps wisely and choose their shots properly.
Yeah, the next 3 overs, they're going to have to look to capitalize as much as possible. If they could get another 30, 40 runs in those last 3 overs, there's a lot of gaps and spaces in the field. And obviously, the Masters is faced with the ability to only put the 3 fielders outside the circle. Mm-hmm. So there's the option to always go over the top. And there's the boundaries will come relatively easier.
No need for rush shots. Proper placement, proper thinking in the game, and take it through.
And Richardson has shown that he has the power to clear the boundary, hitting a 6 in the previous over.
If necessary, he could do that, but there's so many gaps you can get 4s and 2s. 6 2s to 12.
Indeed. If he long on, long off, and sweep on the offside. No one deep on the leg side, so he's going to...
Nice shot.
That's a brilliant stroke. He's going to settle for 1, but Mac is going to come back for the second here. Throw is to the keeper's end. A bad throw, and they're going to come back for 3. Richardson doesn't run at all. He's probably saying, I'm going to take the responsibility. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to be the one to do the bulk of the work here. And it's good to see players put up their hand and take on the responsibility, but it has to be effective and to good effect. Here is Olivier just pulling out of the run-up, the bail falling off the stump. That's the strong breeze you were talking about earlier.
Very much so, and you can see the dust coming up off this strip as well.
In the air, this time it's going straighter to the man, Masimba Bowen, so he's restricted to a single.
I don't know if they wet the strip overnight, but had it gotten a little wet, it would have been much better, much more settled, but it's very dusty.
A gentle full toss, 4 runs. It was very high as well, but the umpire said it dipped at the last moment, and it's not a no ball, luckily for the Masters.
Use it. Full tosses are reputable in getting wickets, but this time he just chose to roll his wrist over and placed it nicely and got the proper result he was working for. Maybe if you had tried to hit it hard, it would have gone sky high, gone up into the ozone. But he chose the right shot, rolled the wrist over it and sent it into that onside area.
Score is 114. We're into over number 13. 114 for 2. Richardson would have gone past 50. He's now on 53. Here is Gukaran to face up. Pulls this one. Pulls it well. Pulls it for 1. That's all they're going to be. They're going to come back for the second. No.
They should have challenged the arm. Richardson went down there a little too slow. That could have been 2 runs.
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's very hot out there, and he's been there from the beginning. So it's starting to show on him. There's a lot of concentration in batting out there because the pitch, like you said, you could see the dust from it. So every ball, he's working overtime. Here is Olivier. Goes to Richardson. There's some peels of the outside edge, and that's going to go pretty close to the boundary. In fact, it will run all the way for 4. 4 more runs to Richardson. Richardson moves on to 57. 57. And the team moves on to 119 in the course of over number 13.
I can get my 130, 140. I chuckled because the fielder waited until he almost got to the boundary area and threw off his hat. I wonder if he expected a little bit more energy from doing that.
Well, the fielder down there is a man Africa, you know, he's an entertainer. He's one of the fielders who will always keep you smiling.
Makes me chuckle.
Richardson coming to the party here for his side. Here is Olivier from a 3-step run-up. Bowls to Richardson, who is in the air. They should look for 2. They should look to come back for the second here. But Richardson is not running that quickly. He's looking to keep most of the strike.
Nice.
Because that's the end of the over. Richardson taking on the responsibility. He's saying, okay, I'm the one hitting the ball well. I'm going to take the strike. He moves on to 58. And the score is 120. 120 after 13 overs.
But you don't underestimate your comrade in the field. It was a nice choice of shot. He deliberately played it over the infield. He could have gone for the 2. Because the other batter is not batting badly. All he could have asked him to do if he was interested in getting the strike, give him a single, get him back on strike quickly. While that time he could have caught his breath and saved some energy.
Well, that is true as well. And you don't refuse runs no matter how easy they're coming. Because if it's easy for you, it could be easy for the other team as well.
I've seen international teams lose games because of that ploy. I've seen MS Dhoni do it twice. India has not fussed up to yet. Through our game by not giving back the strike to Jadeja. You could imagine that? A batsman like Jadeja?
Sometimes you do it and it works out and it's all to good effect.
I seen Pollard did it to Allen. And when he got out, Allen was the one who finished scoring the runs. You don't underestimate your partner in the field.
That is very true. There's going to be a different set of field setting there. There's a long on, long off, and a sweeper on the offside. And Masimba Bowen is going to bowl. He bowled 2 overs of spin. Now he's a bit longer run up. Straight back his head. That's 4 runs. He's not going to stop that. Richardson, and that's why he kept the strike. Very first delivery, 4 runs. If you're hitting the ball that well, you're gonna have to face most of the deliveries. Score is 124.
Good choice. He got a chance to catch his breath, but then he went straight over. That is the way you play your cricket when it comes to the final overs like that. Right? You have to ensure that you use the straights rather than going across, because that way you can give away your wicket quite easily. He went straight. They don't have enough feelers, but he used the straight boundaries, which is wise.
Well, I have no problem with Richardson keeping most of the strike, because he's the set batsman. Difference of opinion, of course. He's a set batsman. He has to face most of the balls. Harris Simba again. How will he combat that? Richardson goes over the offside this time. 4 more runs. I'm telling you, I have no problem with Richardson keeping the strike.
I did not object to that, you know. My thing is that runs are runs. That extra run could have been utilized. The gentleman could have gotten a single and put him back on strike. Runs are runs. You don't turn down runs when you're coming to the end of your innings. He's batting well.
At the same time, he could have taken a single and get 2 dot deliveries. But now he's 2 boundaries. Simba goes back to bowling spin to Richardson, who plays along the ground. This time they're going to hustle here. Mac is interested in putting Mac Richardson on strike. He's going to come back for the second. Risky. He needs to send to the keeper and not taking advantage. So even the non-striker is thinking, I'm loving my batter here. I'm loving looking at him.
Well, that is the purpose. He has been challenging to push for the runs. You need runs on the board. So
indeed, here's Richardson. He's probably seeing if he can get close to that 100 mark. Through the offside, straight to the fielder. Excellent stop. To the right or to the left? That would have been 4.
Oh, yes.
But he's looking excellent out there, Richardson. This time I think he played it a bit too hard. But a misfield, so had they run the first one the same way, would have been a boundary. Would have been a couple of runs, sorry. So Gukaran is going to face Bowens for the first time. No change in the field. No cover. If he works it behind square, it's going to be an easy single. Good pick up and throw, but couldn't restrict. Couldn't stop the single. End of over number 14. At the end of over number 14, the score is 122 or 32. 32. 132.
Well, I should get my 140. I should get my 140. 132. And the wise thinking by the captain Bowen. Instead of using up his energy to bowl fast, he chose to bowl slow and has bowled that proper line and length. In that way, he has restricted the runs, because if he was bowling faster, a lot of those balls would have gone to the boundary from good shots. So he has done the wise thing, and he is hoping that Olivier can limit them, but I am expecting 140 by the end of the 15th over.
Richardson playing a very good knock. And Gukaran has been a very good supporter so far. But it's the last over, you know everyone is going to want to muscle it onto the park. Here is Gukaran. That's big, that's 6 runs. No one is going to catch that except the spectators.
Don't underestimate your partner.
Well, nothing, no comment here.
He's gonna finish. He's gonna finish it.
But I could tell you something. I could tell you what they're thinking. With that strong breeze that's coming across the field.
By right.
When the left-hander was on strike from our end, he had the wind to his advantage.
By right, but he did not get the ball through it.
But he still capitalized.
Yes.
Now the right-hander is on strike and he's using the breeze to his advantage.
And using the gaps.
So I guarantee you that Richardson would look to get him back on strike at that end.
Because they have to keep 3 fielders in, 4 fielders in. So he has the opportunity to take advantage of the gaps.
Olivier again. Richardson goes over the offside. He's going to settle under. It's going to be a catch. He doesn't catch it. And they go through for a single. Why? No man, for man. Oh no. It should have been a no ball. Because there's only 3 fielders inside the circle. So momentary lapse for the umpire there. Let's see if they're going to pick it up on this time. Because they still have only 3 fielders in the circle. And
that got 4 out.
He's going to bowl to Richardson now. Richardson picks it up, goes straight to the man Charlie Hodge, who does a good job bringing his body, his second line defense into action. And the umpires still have not picked up on that.
No, not at all.
So basically it should have been 2 no balls. The umpires have not picked up on that as yet. Here is Gukaran on strike. He's smashed the first ball for 6. He's facing the man Olivier. Drills it down the ground, straight to the fielder. It's going to be a single. The score is moved on. You get your 140 for sure.
Yes.
141 on the board now. So Olivier has come back well after getting smashed for 6 the first delivery. Chance of a catch dropped. But importantly, it's a dot delivery. I think there's only 1 ball left. The final ball of the over coming up. Richardson would definitely look to muscle it out of the park. And he goes aerial. They go for 1. Richardson is not looking for 2, but they're going to come back for the second. I'm not sure why he's jogging. It's the last delivery. And they come back for a second. They should have gone for 3. But at the end of the 15th over, the Revolution team has managed to score a total of 143. 143 for losing 2 wickets. Keithstone-Greaves came with top score with a total of near 70. We're just going to wait for the scorer to confirm.
1,
1, 4, 3. 1.
9 point. I was looking for the 150, so they were giving me 10. But I got the 140, which was the lower echelon. Right? And so we are going to see that break coming in, how soon they'll resume. We're going to send it back to Master and Control until...
No, here with you.
Okay, all right. Sam says he's here with me, so we're going to chat along. Sam, you saw from the beginning what was ongoing. Again, late start. Again, 15 overs. A decent score that the Masters have to go to. Their batting has not been living up to expectation. So, what do you think are their possibilities? I don't think they'll get that runs. I'm not shunning them, but it's going to be an uphill task for them.
Yes, it will be a very uphill task here for the Masters. In the previous game, there was 72 for 1 in 10 overs, and they only managed 110 all out.
It looks like you and John gonna have to get yourselves organized for next year. Sharpen your skills, get your duns, and go out there and assist them.
What
They've been playing short.
Would you be playing some cricket? Yes, I think I could still do something. Back home, I was a very useful batsman that could bowl. Could do some bowling. Well, the Revolution started very slow, but then Kishan upped the tempo here, and he scored 70. Yes, 70 was his score. A very good going here. So 144 for the Masters to get in 15 overs.
And West Indies have to get 153, and already 22 for 2. I don't know if they played, what's his name there, from the Windward Islands, the opening bat. But I would not have played him. But if he played, he's gone already. Himself and the other one from Jamaica.
I think Carl Myers opened the batting.
Myers is there. Puran is there. So Charles and King most likely are the 2 gone. If they play Charles.
I'm not sure who opened the batting, but Puran is batting.
Well, let's see what will happen. He did a nice knock the last time. Will he be able to get another nice knock?
Puran?
Yeah.
Yes, the score is still gettable. As I've always said, if you can make 150, we could do it with quite disciplined batting.
Well, he's 15 off of 11 at the moment, and Myers is 9 off of 5. And Myers is batting a bit slow, but, you know, the thing with him, when he unleashes, he gets out quickly after. So let's see how they will approach this particular game. Puran likes to go on the attack. He has learned to do that, but sometimes loses his head. But let's see what will happen. There's 32 for 2, and in the 4th over. So going okay for now.
So in the game that's coming up here, who you fancy to win, Spartans or Foreign Stars?
It's going to be an interesting game. Both teams are capable of winning. So it all depends on who bats best. Both teams are very capable of winning the game, especially if they have their full squads.
Well, Foreign Stars tell me that they are going to win the tournament.
They have said that.
Yes, but it's left to say cricket is cricket.
Yeah, so it's for the Masters now to come and get 144?
Yeah, 144.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the Masters and
Revolution.
the Revolution in the 3rd and 4th spot playoffs. Revolution made 143 for 2. Masters now have to go and chase that. Have you got your clothes? Because they're 2 men short already.
Yes.
Ooh. So we have a stronger wind, Sam. How will the bowlers going out there, the guys who are going to be bowling, utilize this wind? How will the batters utilize the opportunity of playing proper shots?
Yeah, we see John Jeffers utilized the breeze very well. He got the first breakthrough, a very good stumping. We saw Williams having a lot of drift on the ball bowling from the commentary and the spinners did relatively well on this wicket. So it's a good day for cricket here at the Ronald Webster Park. The sun is beaming down, very few clouds in the sky.
What did I say to you? I said, everyone likes to go and does not know how to cut down. Myers likes to go and does not know how to control it. One of them is out. I'm not sure which one, but 3 wickets are down. Somebody's out LBW. Yeah, but 3 wickets are down now. 39 for 3. Well, let's see what the captain will do. He will join Pooran, because Myers is the one who's gone. I told you, a minute he starts going, he's a 6 and then he's gone LBW. The minute they start going, they're going to be in trouble. You have to approach these scores wisely. And we still believe in this power hitting without even choosing right choices of shots into the gaps and then know when to go over the top. So let's see what will happen. Powell has gone on to join Nicholas Pooran, who is on 15. They are 32 for 3. So I don't know if the Masters are going to change their batting order. Yesterday I suggested that the keeper should open with the other left-hander, but they sent out John. He got a couple of runs, but then he got out.
Okay.
And he doesn't stay. John has never stayed out there to stabilize. He should have been stabilizing the innings.
You mean John Jeffers?
Yes.
But let us see what will happen.
I think they need to change their order, and Bowen should come at least 4. Olivier should bat 3. Bowen should come 4. Open with somebody else besides John Jeffers. You need to have a pacer out there. Thing is that he does not run well because of his circumstance, and so that is going to be a big challenge for them.
So you need somebody more fast-paced.
Yes. So they need to revisit that. Will they? I don't know.
So we are just waiting the resuming of the second innings. 144 is the target. And from the start, I believe that Masters was going to win. But it will be a very uphill battle for them. We see umpire Liddie making his way towards the playing area.
That was Kelsick's first thought that Masters would win the competition. Didn't work out that way. They're playing for 3rd now. So 143. Yeah, so they have to make 144. So, idea to run down the score there for the score. For the Revolution, we had Kishan Richardson. He's the acting captain. He got 70 not out, which is a wonderful knock.
Yusuf Hodge
got 14, had a start yesterday as well and did not move on. We have
McGukaran.
Gukaran.
That's right.
Oh, Rolando Wright.
Wright got 21, he was out. Gukaran is 18, not out. They got 143 for 2. Bowling Williams got 3 overs for 17 runs. John Jeffers, he got 1 for 29 from his 3. Bowen, 3 for 35. Brown, that's Halford Brown, named off of David Halford. He said his uncle gave him that name. 1 for 31 off 3. And Oliver, 3 for 26. So that's the scoring status for you. And it will be the Masters to get 144 in reply to the Revolution's 143. I see John jumping into the machine, which means he's not going to open. So let's see who they will open with. That's the first thing I didn't want him to open. Let the batters go down, and those who are more mobile go down in the first 4.
Yeah, in the first 4 you need somebody very fast-paced and sensible, playing sensible strokes, not like West Indies. All West Indies, they have a mental problem. They believe that they should hit every ball into the boundary. You play according to the merit of the ball.
That is why I kept having a problem when they were legends, because they are power hitters. Power hitters without thinking. Poor thinking. Nothing between the 2 ears. And that is something they got to revisit. Yes, you got shots. There are many power hitters around the world. But look how well they mastermind their power. That is what we have got to do as a West Indian team, you know. And if they're going to do that, they have to ensure that they revisit their game. They could win games if they revisit their approach to innings.
Yeah, Frankie, here goes another aircraft out of the Quinton T. Lloyd to our left here again.
Yeah, there's some departures from the hotels at this time. I think 1 or 2 are going to be getting groups in before they close as well. So it's been a pretty good season for the hotels. And the workers are dying to get a break, which they very much need. They've worked hard for the whole year. So let's see what's going on.
Umpire John Proctor and Colin Lilly taking the field, awaiting the players to join. After comments from me, again, Rainfall Kelsick will be joining you.
Who moves on to 24. He's got a 4 and a single. And they need to get they need to get 153. Powell is on 2. They need 110 from 90 balls, which is gettable. But are they going to be batting sensible to go through with it? Good afternoon, Renford.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hope you have had some good blessings this morning.
Yes, we did, and wonderful, wonderful service we had. And it's good to be here. Good afternoon to the listeners wherever you are. This is the match for third place, and the match is between Revolutionaires and the Masters. And then after this, we'll have the finals.
Yeah, the ding-dong battle.
The ding-dong battle.
Yes.
Well, to me, and I'm being honest with you, they should not have played this match. No, I'm being honest. They should have gone straight into the final match.
I really thought that they would have gone that way and look at the wins from before and determine those positions.
Exactly, because
I don't think Masters won any matches at all.
Yeah, no, this is just a formality.
It would have been easy.
Because that's what I mentioned earlier. The Masters had a chance to win the trophy of coming to the finals, but they lost yesterday and put another setback, so they play today for 3rd place. And Revolutionaires, they lost yesterday as well. So it's a battle now for 3rd place. So this battle is between 3rd and 4th place.
Yep.
And then we'll have the battle for 1st and 2nd, which will be coming up shortly after. And I was really looking forward to see if we can have this match for the full 20 overs, the finals.
Yeah.
But hopefully it may not happen. But I prefer when you have the final and you have all the overs, which gives you a better game.
Pooran is turning on the pressure. He's hit a 6 and a 4 and a 6, so he's gone on to 34. West Indies need what? 100 from 88. Will they be able to do it, Celtic?
It doesn't matter to me whether they do it or not, because I'm being honest with you, Clarky, I don't support them. I don't support West Indies cricket for a long, long time. See, what is happening to Clarky is that the fellas are controlling the boards. They tell you when I go play from when I'm not going to play.
But you know that started a long time ago.
Long time.
Happened down the Lara and Hooper.
Yes.
Who held the boat to hostage on their way to South Africa.
That's right.
Decide when they're going to play, especially Hooper, when they're going to play, when they're not going to play.
Well, we see now the signal has been given and the batting order has been changed, I think, Clarky.
All right, Celtic, you can go ahead with the ball by ball. I'll do the comment solar.
And that first delivery there, he stroked down to the man coming on from wide mid-on. He feels well and the Masters are off. The Masters won. The total they're chasing is 144 from 20 overs, just about 7.15. Oh, 15 overs. 15 overs. Wow. So, seemed a tall order for the Masters, but I guess they will try. The openers there we see, is that Simba? Simba and Kali here. In comes the bowler to the batter who is thing, and they come through for a very quick single indeed. Called there by Simba. So Simba is off the mark and Kali is off the mark. And the Masters are 2 without loss from this the first over. And the bowler is Wright. Wright is coming in from the central polyclinic end. Left arm round the wicket. Into bowl to Rogers, and Rogers is coming forward. And a stifled appeal there. The ball is coming into him from outside the off stump. And he's coming on the back foot, but from our viewpoint here, that's way outside the off stump. And there is no run. As right now, when he comes to bowl to Rogers, Rogers is coming forward tentatively, pushing the ball back on the offside. The man at extra cover, he feels, and there is no run. And it seems though that they're short outside there as well. And Rogers is back and he's pushing that one straight to the man at backward point, deep backward point. He feels well, and there's no more run. So we see 3 and to 5.
They are short as well. They have 9 players.
9 players.
So too is the Masters. They have 9 players as well.
Kelly's pulling that one, and that one should go away for 4. Short and Kelly and Kali Rogers getting inside and pulling it down to backward square, down to the boundary for 4. So after the first over, the Masters are 6 without loss, Clarky.
Right move, sending 2 power hitters out there who are going to hopefully keep their head on and bat sensibly. The score is a score that is gettable. So decent start, but with 15 overs, you're looking to get 144. You got to bat. It's going to be 9.
Yes. Yes, something like 9 runs per over, 9 5 45, 9 1 9, a little about 10, just about 10 runs per over. Can be, it's reachable, it's gettable.
Yes.
Because as we know, cricket, 6 balls, 6 fours, 6 6. And in between you can get the 1s and 2s, but you must get the boundaries in between to take the scores up.
6 balls bring 6 wickets too.
That's right. And taking up the attack from this northern end.
Richardson.
Hughes. Khalid Hughes. Left arm, and he's going between the umpire and the stumps around the wicket, and he's going to bowl to Simba. And Simba is coming forward, pushes it on the onside of the wicket. The man there from the short mid-wicket, he feels, and there is no run. As Hughes again now into bowl to Simba. Simba is hitting that one over the head. He's going to go for 4. Getting back and playing it over the man at extra cover into the boundary for 4. Very good shot there by Simba. Getting back and playing it over the man at short extra cover into the boundary for 4. So he takes the score on to 10 without loss, and we're into the second over.
Into the second over, right approach by the Masters. Utilizing the gaps, both teams are short 2 men. So he went over the inner field and got a boundary for it. Nice choice of shot.
We see now the bowler making some adjustments to his field in between the umpire and the stumps to bowl to Simba. Simba is coming forward, push it back along the wicket. The bowler himself feels. It's a slip, that's a short third man, point, extra cover, mid-off. In comes Hughes to bowl to Simba. And Simba is playing that one. He couldn't get it away into the bottom portion of the bat. It ricochets onto the onside. Wicketkeeper picks it up, and there is no run. A man on the square leg boundary, a short mid-wicket, and a man on the long on boundary. As Hughes now into bowl to Simba. And a good delivery there. Simba coming down on that one. Kept it out. Very good delivery there from Hughes. Picking up the trajectory of that delivery was Simba, and came down on it hard. As we see now, Hughes tosses the ball from hand to hand. In he goes to bowl to Simba. And he's playing that one back up the wicket into the ground. And the bowler himself fields. And it ended up a very good over there from Hughes, Clacky.
He's always very right and tight. He's now known to be a wicket taker as well, so good start for him to put a stem to the run flow that was going on earlier.
And you were here, Clacky, when he took that magnificent catch
Yes.
yesterday. The ball was over the boundary, and he was able to reach it, throw it in the air, went over the boundary, and had enough time to come back and take it.
Yes, and
Good thinking on his part.
earlier in the tournament, he threw himself to his right to take one out of the air in the mid-wicket area.
Yeah.
He's been doing a wonderful job. Feels well.
Yes, he's a very good cricketer, and that position down there at square leg, for the left-hander, he's a very good fielder in that position.
West Indies are on their way. They look like they're going to take this one. They got 65 for 3. Pooran got 44. Captain Powell got 3. And they need 88 runs off of 82 balls. Gettable.
That's the change in the bowling there.
That's Christopher.
First delivery was outside the off stump. Kelly tries to play, misses. He comes on left arm, and and they call for the single, and it's on, the fingers on. Ball going straight to the man, but the man is a bit slow in moving, and they were able to get a single. So the score moves on to 11 without loss, and we're into over number 3. As is Christopher, here he comes now. He'll be bowling to Simba. And Simba is playing that one. He's coming off of the thick outside edge. He's running away. But the fielder is going to get it. They cross for 2. And that's all they'll have. And that's going to take the score on to 13. 13 without loss, the Masters. And this is over number 3. Both teams short by 2 men. And 15 over per side match. And we see Christopher left arm around the wicket. He'll be bowling to Simba. In he comes outside the off stump, and I think it's going to be a wide. Yes, the signal comes from the umpire. Wide outside the off stump. Simba was stretching but couldn't reach it, and takes the score on to 14.
Yes, 14.
14 without loss. So he has an extra ball to bowl in this over. As Christopher now, when he comes to bowl to Simba bowling, and outside the off stump, and he's hitting that one straight down the ground. I don't think the fielder is in all his glory. And he's got, oh wow, he was able to stop it. He stopped the boot, and the batsman only get a single. The ball dropped and just died on the grass.
In situations like these, you don't wait. Run your runs.
You run, that's right.
All right, they could have gotten too easily there.
Easily, but only getting 1 run. As in comes Christopher, he'll be bowling to Rogers. And he comes now outside the off stump, and he's dabbing at that one outside the off stump, leaving him, and the wicketkeeper takes it. And rightfully, he's dabbing because there's no third man, and there's the backward point is square. As in comes Christopher now into bowl to Rogers, and Rogers hitting that one. And this one, you have 2 fielders converging. Let's see, and yes, they will get 2 runs. Yes, the fielder from the wide mid on ran around down to square leg, and they were able to get 2 more runs, and that will take the score on to 16. 17 without loss, the Masters. Clacky.
going good. 17 after 3. They're gonna need to bat deep, these two, and then up the tempo, because they went into a position where they had to get at least 9 points. They have to get 143 from 15. So they are gonna have to steady it together, the two of them, bat deep and keep the momentum going before they can up the tempo.
Yes, and not only that, Clacky, is that the fielders are short. They're short by 2 fielders. So now you have to look for the gaps. And according to John Millington, the acres that are vacant and get the ball in those areas.
Acreage.
Lot of acreage. And it's going to be Hughes again, and he's bowling to Simba. Short, and he's pulling that one. And this one, I don't know if the fielder is going to get around. It seems so. Yes, he did. Covered a lot of ground from mid-on and restricted the batsman to a single. But Simba did not get that one properly. He played it back past the bowler to the right of the bowler, coming straight down. And the man from the wide mid-on area was able to come around and stop the ball. And they were restricted to a single. So it's 18 without loss. And
good
over
fielding.
number 4. As is Hughes now to bowl to Rogers. Rogers is slapping that one and is going straight to the man down there coming off of the cover point boundary, and the batsmen were able to get a single. Score now is 19 without loss, and we're into over number 4. Masters, after a good start, slow, steady start. Target is 144 from 15 overs, and hopefully these two batters will try their best to get the score. And he's pulling this one, coming down straight to the man down here at mid-on, deep mid-on, for another single. And my advice to...
Almost knocking down the umpire with the return.
With the return. And my advice to Simba is that he should make sure that he gets time, because from that shot, if he had connected the way he wanted, it would have carried. But it missed, and the man is right on the boundary. He's waiting to take a catch.
Yeah, you could hear him screaming that he did not get it proper in terms of the connection. But he had to thank himself, because if he had gotten under it, with the wind coming this way, that ball would have carried to the fielder.
To the fielder, yes.
Yeah.
As is Hughes now over the wicket, and he'll be bowling to Cali Rogers. Quicker delivery, and he's dabbing at that one. He misses, and the ball is taken by the wicket keeper. Target 144 here for the Masters. As Hughes now into bowl to Cali Rogers. That one on this tried the leg spinner, and that he's slashed it over backwards square into the boundary for 4. From our viewpoint here, we could see when he changed the trajectory of that delivery from his arm. And Rogers picked it up and was able to dispatch it over backwards square into the boundary for 4. So that takes the score on to 22, 20, 24 for no loss, the Masters, and we're into over number 4. As is Hughes again now into bowl to Rogers. Quicker delivery, and he sent Rogers back on the back foot. Rogers was looking for that ball to bounce a little bit more, and he didn't, and he was just able to push it back to the bowler. The end of over number 4, 24 the Masters without loss. Clacky.
24, and it's dropped. So they're going to have to pick back up the tempo.
Yes.
But then again, they not only pick up the tempo, the both of them are going to have to bat deep.
Yes.
If they want to make something out of this match.
Is Charlie playing in this match?
Yes, he
Charlie
is.
Hodge, okay. Because I wasn't able to pick up who the Masters had in this match. And it's strange that the Masters had 11 yesterday, and now they're short today, Clacky.
You're sure they had 11 yesterday?
Yes, yeah, we were sure they had 11 yesterday. We were sure. And what will be amazing is that if the Masters can pull off a win in this game here. Well, it's going to be Christopher. Yeah? Christopher is really bowling to Simba. Simba is coming back, and he pushes that one just to the left of the bowler. The man from extra cover moves around to his right, fields, and there is no run. He's around the wicket, bowling to Simba, left arm around the wicket, and in he comes now to bowl to Simba. Outside the off stump, and Simba is hitting that one. It will go away for 4. Coming inside his wicket and playing it just wide of the man there at mid wicket, down to the boundary for 4, which takes the score on to 28. The Masters are 28 without loss, and we're into over number 5. as Clacky said a while ago, the Masters, they're going to have to push. They're going to really have to push. And if they can push and get maximum from what they can get from these overs, we'll have an interesting game. So it's 28 without loss. As Christopher now, in he comes now to bowl to Simba. Up he comes now, and this one is Simba is playing into the onside, and Rogers calls for the quick single, and the man player from the short extra cover, he comes in, he fields, but unable to stop the single. So the score is now on to 29. 29 without loss, the Masters. And it will be Christopher, he'll be bowling to Cali Rogers. And he comes now to bowl to Rogers. As one is outside the off-stump coming in, and they go for a quick single. Misfield by the man coming in, but couldn't prevent the single. So the score is now on to 30. 30 without loss, the Masters, in this over number 5. Trying to get some runs and some good depth into the batting here today. As Christopher now, in he comes to bowl to Simba. And Simba is playing that one, but didn't get hold of it properly. And the one bounce to the man at mid-wicket, and he was able to stop it and looking to run out Rogers, but Rogers was back into his ground. Not timing it properly at all. As Christopher now, in he comes now to bowl to Simba. And Simba is coming in, playing that one straight up to the man at mid-on. He comes in, he fields, and there is no run. So after the end of 5, Clacky, is 30 without loss.
30 without loss, good going for them. They're going at 5 for over, but they need at least 9 points. So what would be the required weight now with 5 gone? We have got 10, and we got to get 144. So 30, which means you need 114. Okay. So 114 is needed from the next 10.
So that's like 12 runs per over.
Basically.
Basically, that's right. Well, you see, is this a change in the bowling? Yes.
It appears so.
Yes, it appears that's Hodge. Lawrence. Yes, it's Lawrence. And Lawrence will be bowling to... Thank you. And we see that the umpire is signaling that the power play has ended.
Yes.
So it will be Lawrence, and he'll right arm around the wicket, and he'll be bowling to Cali Rogers. And he goes now to Rogers, and Rogers allowed appeal there. That ball is moving away. Rogers was trying to pull into the a stifled appeal there from the bowler and the man there at short cover, but the umpire says not out.
I was looking for the keeper to hold on to the ball. It would have challenged the umpire. It came off the top of the pad. It was very close to the bat.
Oh, okay. As Lawrence now, in he goes now to bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is playing that one upish, but it should go away for 4. It was upish, but away from the fielder, down to the backward square on the offside into the boundary for 4. Good shot there by Rogers. Take the score on to 34. 34 for no loss, and this is over number 6. And if these two batters could get the ball away, we would have an exciting game here on our hands. 34 for no loss, the Masters. As Lawrence now, in he goes now to bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is hooking at that one. He missed completely, and a wide signal by the umpire takes the score on to 35. 35 for no loss. 35 for no loss. That one was wide outside on stump. Rogers was getting across, trying to hook it away, but couldn't get hold of it. And the ball was wide, and as signaled by the umpire, which we all saw from our viewpoint here. As Lawrence is back to the top of his mark, and he'll be going into bowl to Cali Rogers. Lawrence moves away from us. He's making some adjustment to the field, and he goes now to bowl to Rogers. He's up on the onside, and they call for a quick single there. Yes, and Rogers is the man who has to call, did the calling as he's coming to the danger end, and the score moves up by 1 to 36. 36 for no loss, the Masters. Adjustments to the field here as usual. The man is coming around to deep long on boundary, and there's no long off. Someone is going to the short long off. That's mid off, mid off, short mid-off, long on, a man on the wicket boundary. As Lawrence in, and that one is down the onside, down the leg side, and we'll see what happens, whether he clip the pad. Yes, it's a wide signal by the umpire, so that's 2 additional to the score. That takes it up to 38. 38 without loss, the Masters. Chasing 144 to win this match. 38 without loss. As it will be Lawrence again, and he'll be bowling to Cali Rogers. In he goes, and that's down the onside, and I don't know if he got a touch to that one. We will see, and they're going to come back for 2. Yes, they're coming back for 2, and we see the umpire is looking, and yes, wide again, 2 more wides, take the score on to 38.
Too many easy runs.
38 without loss. Pitching the ball down on the onside. Rogers trying to get the ball away, wasn't able to do so, but was able to collect 2 wides. As Lawrence moves away from us now into bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is slapping that on a very good shot. I don't think the man with all the speed he has is going to get there. Oh, yes, wonderful, wonderful.
You're talking
stop.
about the best fielder right now.
Yes, and it's Carlisle. Carlisle came across and was able to cut 2 runs from that. Very good shot indeed. He ran all the way from the square on the offside position there, that we say the cover boundary, right around to the cow hole, and was able to stop 2 runs. Very good stop indeed. So the score is now on to 40, with 43 without loss. And Rogers is playing that one into the offside. Here comes Hughes again, Fields coming off the boundary, and the batsman pick up 1. So the score is now 44 without loss, and we're into over number 6.
7.
Number 6.
6.
Over number 6. We're into over number 6. Yeah, because they started at the end over there. And it's 44. 44 without loss, so 100 runs needed. As it is Lawrence again, as he moves away from us, going into bowl to Simba. Simba captain for the Masters. In he goes now, over, right arm over, and that one is down the leg side, and the ball brushed the pad. We could see from here it brushed the pad, yes, and the umpire is not convinced. Yeah, it brushed the pad, yes, because the ball was drifting down the leg side. Allowed the peel as the wicketkeeper is coming up, but not out. Clearly from our viewpoint that the ball touched the top of the pad. So after 6 overs, it's 44. 44 without loss, Clacky.
100 to get in 9 overs. Uphill task for the Masters. They did the wise thing of opening with 2 good batters, but they started off well at 7 point. Now they need to ensure that they pick back up the tempo. Tempo has to be picked back up, and use your gaps wisely. If they want to really win this game, they got to take the challenge to the revolution.
Saw a good bit of feeling there by Carlisle. Carlisle, a very good fielder. As a matter of fact, he's a very good cricketer. But it'll be Christopher from the southern end, and he comes down to bowl to Cali Rogers. And Rogers is hitting that one. It's in the air, but it won't carry there, down to the man. And we see there, Cali. There we have again Hughes coming into play. He feels well, but was unable to stop the second run.
Not a good throw. Had he had a good throw in, even 1 bounce to the keeper, Rogers would have been in trouble.
Would have been some trouble. So it's 46. 46 without loss. As Christopher now, and he comes now to bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is digging that one out. A good delivery coming back at him, Yorker length. And he brought the bat down on it just in time. And no run resulting. Very good delivery. It's a slow delivery, Yorker length. And Rogers was coming forward, had to come down on it hard. As Christopher now, and he comes now to bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is playing and missing. Aiming for that fluent off drive. We miss, and the wicketkeeper not taking it keenly, but no damage done. 46. 46 without loss, the Masters.
46 without loss. We'll let you know what Rogers have and what Simba have in a minute, as soon as I get that information.
Need to get 144
And
into over number 7.
Christopher in now to bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is playing that in. Oh, that's a very good shot. And he had some timing in that one. Will it carry to the boundary? Yes, it does. A very good shot. And the timing was in that one. So the Masters move on to 50. Masters are now 50 without loss. 50 without loss. And we are into over number 7. The timing was in that shot. I thought I saw when I saw the fielder turn and going at it, I realized that the timing was there and it went into the boundary for 4.
It went to no avail. It was a fast. It's a fast outfield, especially on that side, and it was a beautiful shot indeed.
Yeah.
Well placed, well timed.
As Christopher now from the Southern or Central Polyclinic, and in now we come to bowl to Rogers. And Rogers is beaten by that one. He was going for that big drive. He played all over that one, but his foot was well grounded as the wicketkeeper removed the bail. Went for that big heave, missed, and taken by the wicketkeeper, but no damage done. 50 without loss, the Masters. As in come Christopher. And Gay Clarkson, that's Rogers getting a thick outside edge. We have the man chasing after it. Will they come back for a third? Yes, they're coming back for a third. Well run here as the danger end belong to Rogers, and they take this, get 3 more runs, and the score moves on to 53. 53 for 4. That's 53 for none of 7 overs, Clacky.
53 off of 7. They need 91, and they've got 8 overs to go. 9 nines are 81, so they need 9 points.
Yeah. No, 8 overs. 8 overs, 7 gone. 8 overs.
Yes.
So,
I'm saying 9 nines are 81.
oh yes.
They need 91.
91, exactly 91. 53, 91. And John is going to give a big score today. He says he's overdue, and he's going to go there and win the game for the Masters today. And we are hoping that he will do that and give the Masters a little boost instead of coming to the rear, coming third. But you never can tell. It's 53 without loss. And we have a bowling change from the northern end, and it's going to be Gukaran Mag. Mag Gukaran is coming into the attack, and coming into the attack from this end with the ball-by-ball commentary will be John Millington.
Welcome, John, with all the blessings. He's hoping everything goes well. Wonderful week to you and your family. The Masters are looking to get 144, and they're into over number 8.
Gukaran bowls to Keithstone this one on the onside. He gets 1. He's moving very gingerly. Would have aggravated that injury, taking on at 3 runs and aggravating that injury. I think it is a good time, Clarky, that he retire hurt and bring Olivier to the wicket.
It would be nice because they've got a good platform, especially if he does not want to push himself anymore.
Yeah, he's Masimba going then back and just pushing it back down the track. Score remains on 54. 54 for no loss. 54 for no loss. We'll get the individual scores for you in just a bit. Here is Mark Gukaran again to bowl to Masimba, bowl to Simba. Simba is cutting this one. Lawrence is in the way, can't score. Hit that one straight to covers. And for a big man, Lawrence is getting down very well. Here is Gukaran again to bowl to Boynes to this delivery. Boynes is getting one that he is hitting it over the top of Cow Corner. Wonderful shot. And he hits the wall and gets back onto the field of play. That goes away for 6. That's a good shot, Frankie.
Good shot indeed, and that's what's been happening. Simba was a little quiet for a while, but now he has gotten one, as he's going to have to continue with many, many more if they have to win.
So 32 is Cali. Simba Boyne has 21, and that's the individual score. Boyne's on 21. Cali is on 32. Here is Mark Buchanan to bowl to Masimba Boyne, bowl to Boynes. Boynes is coming forward and pushing it to the left of Lawrence. Lawrence will not get down to this one. This is going to run close to the fence. They will get back for a second too. And Masimba Boyne goes on to 23. He's on to 23. And the total moves on to 62. 62 for no loss in over number 8. Over number 8. Masimba Boyne on 22. Here is Boynes as he's hitting this one back down the track. Mark Buchanan just dribbling away off the inner edge. It goes back down to Gukaran. No run result in the end of over number 8. And at the end of over number 8, in search of 145 for victory. 144 for victory. It is 62. 62 for no loss, 62 for no loss, as we welcome the man in the coming chair. The man Sambo is back with us.
Let me say good afternoon to Millie. How are you doing, Millie?
I'm doing well so far. Got my blessing today, and Lauren very well, and it was, something that but it is never a bad thing when you are reminded. The topic of our message this morning was something better than money.
Yes, there is always something better than money. Because I told them yesterday at church there are some things money cannot buy. Money can buy a bed but can't buy sleep.
I tell you, something better than money. Nothing in this life can offer you that place of safety than being in Jesus Christ. We are not preaching, but we have to tell the people what we believe in. So it's 62 for no loss. 62 for no loss. It's going to be Damani Hodge. Damani Hodge from the far end. He's going to be bowling to the left and in Rogers. Kelly Rogers, who would have received some fuel, chance to just breathe again in some pain. And I realize that batsmen are most dangerous when they can't run. They hit your ball viciously.
You see, I remember Gordon Greenwich years ago.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Hodge to Rogers. Rogers is hitting this one in the air, and commentator scores. Oh my, it's a common thing. It's commentator scores. It wasn't me, it was you. Just said it, and Caddy goes. Caught at mid-off of the bowling of
the money
Hodge. Christopher Page now takes the catch. Caddy goes for 32. The Masters losing their first wicket. They are 62 for 1.
Yes, he tried hitting that ball and the upper splice of the bat was taken and they lost their first wicket here. And he's hobbling out of the ground here. Well played, Kelly Rogers. See you next year.
No. That's what it is. See you next year. It's APL Season 3, 2023 Finals Day. It's Finals Day here in the XA. Beautiful conditions for cricket. It's hot. You don't want to rain. And the finals is coming up. It's going to be the Foreign Skies coming up against the big guns, the champions from the St. Martin League, GS Spartans, General Otto Spartans out of St. Martin, coming up against the Foreign Stars in the finals right here at JRWP. It's going to be Damani Hodge. She's going to be continuing. The new batsman is Desmond Oliver. Here is Hodge to bowl to Olivier. Olivier is walking this one off his pad, going for 1, looking for a second. He's not going to get it. It gets off the mark. He's on 1. And Boynes is moving very gingerly. Masimba Boyne is the man that is backing up. He should be looking to put pressure on the man coming off the boundary, make him look up and fumble the ball.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to be, but he did not do that on this occasion because that man was coming off the boundary. put more pressure on the fieldsman.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Boynes, bowl outside the off stump, and he's tugging this one from outside the off stump down to the man at long on. Beach not sends the return, just underarm the throw. He moves on by 1 to 24, and the total moves on by 1 to 64. It's Hodge again to bowl to Olivier, ball to Olivier. Olivier is looking to hit this one through extra cover. Doesn't make contact. Looking to go with a flat bat rather than a straighter bat. They've gone with a straighter bat. Here is Hodge to bowl to Olivier. Ball to Olivier. This one is getting in the air. No one is going to get there. They've gone for one. Again, lazy running by Masimba Boyne. Just jogging through. Put pressure on the fielder. You may say there were never two there, but 3 runs were run in the last week on the edge of the 18. 3 runs to win the game. And the runner at the edge of the 30-yard circle. Here is Hodge to bowl to Boyne. Boyne is coming forward and rocked on the pad. No one result in the end of the over. And at the end of 9, the Masters in search of 144 for victory. They are 64 for 1.
Yeah, it is still gettable because Bowen is still there, is a good striker of the ball, but he have to use his head in doing such thing. But it was a very good over here by Dimani Hodge. A beautiful over indeed. West Indies is trying to win a game here.
What's the latest score in that West Indies game?
They're 106 for 4 in 12 overs.
106 for 4 in
12 overs.
Looking for...
107. They're looking for 150 to the they need 46 runs from 47 balls.
Very much gettable. Here is Mark Gukaran to bowl to Olivier. Olivier is hitting this one down to long off. Yusuf Hodge is not going to get there. They've gone for one, looking for a second run. Not going to get that one at all. Yusuf Hodge got off the boundary very quickly, and any thought of a run to be put out of the mind very quickly. So the scorer tells me it is not 64, it was 65, so it is now 66 for victory. 66 for 1, sorry. 66 for 1. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Boynes. Boynes is tugging this one to short mid-wicket, where the man flinging himself there, Ashwin to the ground. Diving long after the ball would have gone past him, Ashwin.
Yes, that was a spearing dive here, but he missed the ball totally. And the man from long on had to retrieve.
That's the show book, Ashwin. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Olivier. Olivier is hitting this one high, down to long on. Right is going on, the one takes the catch. Olivier goes, caught on the long on boundary of the bowling of Mark Gukaran. He goes for 2, and the Master slips in further trouble. They are 67 for 2.
Yes, that was a very well judged catch here. He came and he settled and took a brilliant catch indeed. Yeah, very good indeed. Masters in trouble once again.
Yes. 67 for 2 brings Williams to the crease. Williams will have to do a battle for the Masters along with Masimba Boyne. Masimba Boyne will have to pick it up 2-3 notches. It is indeed. That's Michael Williams. Michael Williams is his name. Michael Williams to take up from where Olivier left off. Nicholas Perron, 59 not out. Looking to play another blistering innings for the West Indies. Will he be able to take the West Indies home as he did?
17, and 38 from 44.
Here is Mark Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Williams is coming forward and running down, looking to run that one past third man. The ball taking the on edge and just going out to the right of the track. The man in attendance is the wicketkeeper, Kishan Richardson, who chugs away and fields. It's going to be Mark Gukaran again to bowl to Williams. Gukaran waits as the bale has fallen. A very heavy wind continued to blow across. It's a cooling wind, so as hot as the sun is, really the fielders are not feeling it. It's past days where it was just hot, very hot and still. There's a heavy breeze blowing across the JRWP. It's Mark Gukaran with number 22 on his back. It's a bowl to Michael Williams, passes the umpire, bowl to Williams. When Williams, and to this delivery, he is again looking to run past third man ball, and this occasion coming off the upper edge. First one was the under edge, and this one is the upper part of the bat, and more of the shoulder of the bat. Just trickling out again the same direction. 67 for 2. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Bowl to Williams. He's looking to sweep. Loud appeal. That's going down the leg side. No run result in the end of 10. And at the end of the over, some over in with some 3 runs came. A very good over by Gukaran.
Yes, it was a very good over indeed. Only 3 runs came from that over. Beautiful bowling here by Matt Gukaran, which places the Masters into further trouble. Every dot ball counts here right now. Beautiful over indeed.
Yes, a good over. It's going to be the Mani Hajj to continue. The Mani Hajj from the Central Polyclinic end. Very tall off spinner. We have seen in recent time it's a 67 for 2 after 10. 67 for 2 after 10. It's going to be the Mani Hajj.
67 for 2 after 10. 5 overs to make 144 runs.
Here is the Mani Hajj to bowl to Masimba Boyne. Bowl to Boyne to this delivery. Boyne is looking for a big heave. He's getting that 1 pass square. He didn't do well at all. They've gone for 1. We'll look for a second. And this could be some trouble for Masimba Boyne. Oh, just needing a few steps to get back down to and this is what I don't understand. He just needs a few footsteps to get back down. And he doesn't run.
Yes, because he humbled the first run indeed, and then had to put pressure to come back here.
It's his run.
Is his runs?
Typical Sean Nepal. Run it when it is.
It's a no ball. Isn't it a no ball? It is a no ball. It should have been a no ball. Was there a call? It is a no ball. It should be a no ball. It should be a no ball. There are only 3. The batsman is making noise over that, and he's refusing to bat because he's saying it's supposed to be a no ball. It should be a no ball. The umpires should consult because it should be a no ball. It's only 3 flick players that were the man from mid-on had just come into the circle. At mid-off has just come into the circle. So it is a no ball. The batsman is right. He is right.
He can't hold the game, sir.
And the umpire made the call. The umpire made the call. You don't want to make a decision in that to decide the game. It should have been a no ball. The square leg should have seen that. It's a wide ball. Call and signal by the umpire. Score moves on to 70. 70 for 2. Masimba Boyne is on 17. Williams yet to get off the mark. Here is one. That's Boyne is sitting over in the air. Well, not timing that one. It's gone down to deep extra cover, who comes off the field and ever present. The best fielder in the tournament. Clearly, there must be a prize for him. The best fielder in the tournament, Carlisle Hughes. Masimba Boyne moves on by 1 to 18 to... It's not 18, my bad, it's 28. 28 is Boyne's. 28 is Bowens. 28 and the score is 71. Here is one that, oh, again Williams looking to be cute. He's looking to be cute. Nothing this time. Hit the ball. It is better that you are 90 all out than you are 78 for 4. And you still lose the game. Here is one that Williams is sweeping well. They've gone for 1. They must come back for 2. And 2 runs for Williams. He's off the mark. And it's 73 now. 73 for 2. 73 for 2. Men gone. Olivier for 2. And Cali Rogers for 32. Masimba Bowens, he's on 28. 28 is Masimba Bowen. 2 is Williams. Here is Hodge to Williams. Williams is turning this one on the onside again. And again walk for Lawrence to do. Williams gets his 3rd run and the 74th run for the Masters. That's the end of over number 11. And at the end of 11, Masters are looking for 144 for victory. They are 74 for 2.
Yeah, I would prefer that Williams would play good cricket shots instead of trying to dab that ball. He have tried that shot so many times and have missed. I would prefer that he play good cricket shots and play the ball into the gaps for 4 runs. The Masters still could win.
Well, you know, in today's cricket, it doesn't matter how the shot looks. Because in the manual, you won't see the reverse sweep or the switch hit. But they are good cricketing shots. They earn your runs. It is not about how pretty you look. Just get the job done. Get runs on the board. It doesn't matter if you come off the inside edge, outside edge, your pad or whatever. Once it goes in the scorebook as runs, it is runs.
It is runs.
It is runs. I don't care how ugly it is. If you come and you pick up a scorebook, you won't know how beautiful I look in the wicket. All you will see is runs to my name.
Yeah, yes, they would not say it come from an edge or from a square quarter.
You just need to score runs. Alpuran goes. West Indies. The little spot of bottom was that wide. So two more runs to the total. Score moves on to 76. 76. 76 for 2. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Bowens. Bowens is driving down the ground. They've gone for 1. Look, that's all they're going to get. As Yusuf sends the return. Bowens is on to 29. And the total moves on to 77. And 77 for 2. Over number 12 in progress. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Bowl to Williams. Williams is hitting this one over backward square. 1-2 bounces into the boundary, 4 runs.
Yes, that was a very good stroke. He just came inside the line and helped it on its way into the boundary for 4 runs. Beautiful stroke here by Williams.
Yes, it was a ball that was a line on the pad, and Williams just getting down low and hitting it up over the top of back of square leg, a vacant square leg. The umpire, the only one in that region, and it goes away for 4. Here is Gukaran again to bowl to Williams, and again similar shot, and again it is going to be the same result. This one is on the ground, and it goes even finer than that one. And so the man at fine leg would have to either go back on the square leg boundary or the man on the mid-wicket boundary. I am not seeing the use of the cover. Not seeing the use of the cover or the backward point if he's going to be bowling that kind of length. On the pad, he's bowling. The ball is actually turned into the batsman. So what is the need when you're short? You're short. Well, yeah. 85 it is. The field has been adjusted. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Williams coming across, and again he's getting this one that is a quicker delivery. He's covering up. And now the mid-wicket boundary is open, so he can go over the short mid-wicket if he wish. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Williams. Williams to this delivery is getting one, a good one that is pushing the offside. He's going to get one too. That's a good backup by Ashwin. Hodge threatening to shoot down the stumps. And to no avail. 12 is Williams, brings Masimba Bowen, who is on 29 onto strike. It's 86 for 2. Here is Gukaran to Bowens. Bowens is coming across, and again he can only, he's premeditating. Mark is getting faster and faster because he's realizing that the batsmen are coming across and pulling him through the onside. And so all Bowens had to do, he saw that on 2 occasions, all he had to do was to make room for himself, give himself some room outside the leg stump and try to hit the ball through the cover region. And that didn't happen. It's the end of over number 12, and at the end of 12, in sort of 144 for victory, they are 86 for 2.
Well, in this over, we saw Gukaran bowling 2 short balls, which were dispatched to the boundary. You see, Bowen just had to make room, and instead of trying to play that ball through the onside, go through the offside, and that would be 4 runs, 4 needed runs if he had gone through the offside.
86. 86 it is for 2. 3 overs remaining in this innings. Then it is the grand finals. It is going to be the G Spartans out of St. Martin. They will be up against the Foreign Stars. Here is right between umpire and stump to go to Williams. Williams is, I'm not sure where he wanted to hit that one. A gallop shot. I don't know how to describe that shot.
It was an agricultural shot, what we use in agriculture.
That it didn't look like he had a cutlass to mash it there at all. Ball, some bounce from right.
Yes.
Here is right to bowl to Williams. Williams is sitting this one down to Ashwin at extra cover. He feels tumbling, saved by Ashwin. Ashwin has been doing a good job for Revolution. Here, this occasion outside line of the off stump again. No run resulting. Not sure what is going on. He just can't see the ball. Does he wear glasses? Has he forgotten his glasses? He's not seeing the ball. Here is one that is sitting in the air, right? And attempting to throw the stumps down. Williams was not in the frame. And I would not have taken that run.
Yeah, it was very suicidal.
I would not have taken it.
Very
it's not a matter of being suicidal. You have soaked up 5 balls for 1 run. You have no intentions of hitting the ball, and on the 5th ball, you take a run.
So he'll be putting much pressure on the other batter.
So from the over, you got 1 run. You have the next over. You're going to start the next over at the striker's end. So West Indies suffering a further loss. Romario Shepherd goes run out without scoring. West Indies still need some 25 from 29, I think. Here is Hodge to bowl to Williams. From this, the commentator's booth end. Hodge to Williams, and Williams is hitting this one to backward point and saying, I'm not running. I'm not running.
You do commentary. Well, maybe I make my exit for Frankie Clarkson to rejoin you.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Williams. Williams is stuck in this one. And now he wants to run. And now he's, not out. He gets one, Williams. He is on to 14. And it brings Masimba Boyne, who is on 29. And the score is 88. 88. Yes, as I said, good afternoon and welcome to the man, Tony Fleming. Tony, your team in a spot of bother.
Good afternoon to you.
Here is Hodge to Boynes. Boynes is hitting this one in the air. He's going to fall short of Carlisle. And not good work there by Carlisle. We were praising him all the time. That's sloppy work. He should have gotten 2 hands to that. And he should have saved that one. It really doesn't matter in this game. Masimba Boyne goes to 33 and the total moves on to 92. And 92 for 3. 92 for 3. For 2 rather. It's a 2. 92 for 2. 92 for 2. Here is Hodge to bowl to Masimba Boyne. Bowl to Boyne. Boyne is looking to hit this one down backward square. They have gone for one, looking for a second. Masimba is coming back. This could be dangerous. He gets home. Is there a signal? No signal. Oh, yes, it's wide. It is 3 wides. Added to the total. So the score moves to 95. 95. 95 for 2. Here is the man in Hodge with number 30 on his back, with the wind blowing across this ground. This one is in the air. It's going to go away for 4. It's going to go away for 4. Short. And Masimba Boyne getting into his wicket and hitting it over the top of square. 1 bounce on the way for 4, Tony.
Yes, and the kind of hitting that the Masters would have needed yesterday, chasing 96. They could have done well with the hitting today of Masimba Boyne, but that.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Boynes. Bowl to Boynes. Boynes is hitting this one. 1, 2 bounces is going to go away. 4 more. 3 bounces down to the boundary. It goes away for 4 down to long off. And Masimba Boynes has raced on to 43 and the total to 103. 103. And this is over number 14. Scorer. Over number 4. 1 over to come. 1 over after this one. This is the penultimate over. Here is Hodge again to bowl to Boynes. Bowl to Boyne. Boyne is looking to hit this one again over square. Doesn't make contact. The end of the over, and at the end of over number 14, it's 103, needing 41 from 6.
Well, 41 from 6. That's quite a hard task, if you would ask me.
41 from 6.
But we usually say that cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. Whether that will manifest itself today, not too sure. But as the foreign stars, only playing with 9 players on the field, they're able to really defend the score that they would have set. The Masters are only losing 2 wickets, but still some distance away from their target, which is something to be said. And I'm not sure why you would have 2 wickets down, but you're still so far away from your chase, really, Millie. Maybe you can tell me.
Well, it is the very same thing I was saying, Tony. I rather to be 90 all out than 70 for 2. It doesn't make sense. You didn't have to wait until the game get to this stage to be looking for those runs. I'm not understanding. From game to game, this is exactly what we do. We play the best cricket when the game is already gone.
Well,
My. We are true West Indians. Here is right to Bowen. Bowen is hitting this one over the top of mid-off. 4 runs. Bowen races to 47. Bowen's to 47 and the total to 108. Well, the game has been held up because the ball has gone to play tennis, Tony.
yes, all the way over on the far side of the ground here, and it appears as though the Revolutions get into the finals today, but they sure will slot themselves in third spot. It's a 4-team tournament, but be that as it may, you could say, well, you didn't fit yourself in the fourth position, and so they scored a considerable amount of runs, and like I said earlier, not sure why the Masters still have 2 wickets in hand and still away from the runs.
Here is another wide delivery by Wright. Another wide delivery. Maya goes, and the West Indies continue to do what they does best. So it's 109 to this delivery. He's getting one outside the line of the off stump, and that's a lazy flat bat. I'm not sure what that was from Bowens. Nonetheless, the score remains 109. 109 for 2. Here is right to bowl to Bowens to this delivery. Bowens is getting one that is turning across him, turning square. No run resulting. Score remains in 109. So the Revolution will sit in a third position. The Masters will have to settle with the bottom of the table as Masimba Bowen hits this one in the air, down to a wide-ish long off. They're going to come back for 2. Bowens move to 49. Bowens move to 49. Moves to 49.
West Indies 129 for 8.
West Indies 129 for 8. 2 wickets. Just 2 wickets needed. It's not about the runs, it's what's in the needs. Here is right to Bowens. Bowens is beaten. He will end on 49 not out. He will end on 49 not out. And that's that for that. At the end of 15, Masimba Bowen coming 49 not out. 14 is Williams. The men out are Olivier for 2 and Rogers for 32. 109 for 2, and the Revolution captures the second spot. Tony.
Well, I wasn't here for the only portion of the game, but as we can see, the Revolutions, they are the ones who are the victors in this third place playoff match here. And the Masters, well, in the grand scheme of things, when you would have tried to analyze the games that they would have played throughout the preliminaries and yesterday, they were able to hold the opponents to reasonable scores, gettable scores, but for some reason they have not gotten the batting to really challenge to get as close to those scores as possible. Couldn't reach their target today, and so going down for the final time in this year's competition to the Revolution. So the Masters, they have gone the whole tournament, played the whole tournament, and have not won a match. And some sort of show that's something that they will not be too pleased about, something that they will not be too happy that they would have accomplished in this year's APL 2023 season. So the final scores, we'll just get that from our scorer there, Josiah John, and we'll give you them momentarily. And just to let you know as well that coming up will be the finals of this year's competition. The foreign stars who will be up against the GA General Auto Spartans out of St. Martin. As I say, welcome to the man, Mr. Kelsick. Kelsick, welcome. And well, we've seen the Masters going down to the Revolutions, and we've got a finals on our hands here with the foreign stars versus the GA Spartans out of St. Martin.
Yes, I thought the Masters could have won this game because 9 fielders, you have to look at your gaps and push the ball, get your tools and things. The Masters were off to a very good start, but lost their way in between because only Simba was able to get the ball away in the latter stages. But Simba and Cali Rogers, they're off a very good start indeed for the Masters, and they weren't able to keep that platform. But as we know, that's the game of cricket. And we should have a very good finals coming up here between St. Martin, GA Spartans, and Foreign Stars. Very good game that is going to be. Like yesterday, we saw that Casey Carty had a very good knock. And you can see that he's in good form. He's in very good form. And as I was telling Clacky this morning, that he fell to a very good catch, a well-judged catch by Hughes. Saw the ball, was out, threw the ball up, came back in, and was able to take the catch. And today we saw some very good feeling from him as well. And as John was saying there, that he should be I think he's done a yeoman job and should be awarded the best fielder for this tournament 2023.
Yes, he has been always in the pick of things with both fielding in the field and bowling as well. We saw that being displayed throughout the course of last season, and coming into this season, repeating and maintaining those standards. So just in case if you're joining us, the Revolution, they batted first and scored 143 for 2, with the main contributor being in that of Keyshawn Richardson. He scored 70 and had good support from that's Wright and Gukaran, and that looked like Harris scoring 14, 21 and 18 respectively to really put up 143 or 50 overs. And in the turn at bat, the Masters on their chase, as you would have heard Celtic mention, they started off very spiritedly but faltered in the end. Cali Rogers, who opened the batting, and I thought they missed this trick yesterday, Calvin, well Celtic, when it mattered most, that is when they should have used the opening pair that they did today, because Cali Rogers made 32 and Bowen was just one short of 50 not out. The main contributors to this 111 for 2 off their 50 overs. So I would have really thought that they had a glorious opportunity yesterday to get to the finals and to be in the finals with this sort of batting lineup that Frankie, our fellow commentator, did mention yesterday as well. They went for it today, but still was a little too late, and they lost the match here
Tony,
badly.
You would recall, and Clacky was here too, when I said I have a surprise for everybody, that the Masters, they're going to reach to the finals. But unfortunately, as you mentioned just a while ago, which was what we expected, you put your best batters yesterday for 97 runs, because that would have been a standard win for you, 97 runs. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, and it's the same problem that you would have had, because the fielding team yesterday, they were short. They were short, and they were short again today. And the Masters had a full team. But unfortunately, I guess the Masters next time we'll try to do better. Because I don't think the Masters, they were really ready for this tournament, but at the last minute, they decided, okay, win, lose or draw, we're going to put a team in.
Yeah.
You know, I would have come from retirement.
Yes, and they really did, give it their best effort to be a part of it, just to balance things out a bit.
That's correct.
And we must commend them for that. They are masters, really,
Yes,
as we would say.
Both not as young as they used to be.
Right.
Can't run, move around the field. But one thing I think that they mentioned in the organizing committee, that you should have at least 2 or 3 youngsters. But it seems to me that now the youngsters were really keen in playing with the Masters. I don't know why. Because they would have been able to assist the Masters and they would have gotten some experience.
Certainly. The logistics and timing probably played a lot to do with the start of this tournament, especially for this year, because usually we would have started somewhere around March thereabouts,
so, yeah,
and so just maybe a couple moving parts weren't really right for some of the players as well. What I can tell you is that the foreign stars and the GA Spartans, the toss was had. We'll let you know as soon as possible who won the toss. The roller at the moment is on the wicket, just doing light preparatory work, getting ready for the start of this encounter. We are hoping that we will see a good match today. I know that on paper and based on the performances so far, one would want to think that the edge might go to the GA Spartans. Mr. Celtic, but like we said, the ball is round and cricket is certainly a game of glorious uncertainties. We're seeing it right here in front of us with the West Indies even playing now. They need 17 runs from 17 deliveries. Not a lot of wickets in hand, but they were in a very, very good position and well, and they have found themselves in a spot of bother here, but playing all the way down to the end. Good shot there from the batter there to get 4 runs. So
and how many overs left? 17 years.
17 from 17, balls, so still can go either way for those.
And how many wickets?
40. Okay. So yes, you're not missing anything here. The music is blaring out there. The fans, the cricketers who will be taking part in this evening's final out there. I'm certainly sure that the officials will be down there as well, getting ready for the presentation as well. It's a little bit not as bright as yesterday, a little bit of Saharan dust. It looks a bit hazy, but the sun is out and shining, and it will be a good game of cricket here this afternoon. We are expecting a very, very good game of cricket here, Kelsey.
Yes, we are looking forward to a very, very good game. And I'm wondering if they're going to, the time is what, 2 o'clock? And I'm wondering how many overs we are going to play. 20 overs. Yes, because there's enough time. Yeah, the sun sets at minutes 7 o'clock. And I guess, the St. Martin guys will say, okay, if we have to overnight, we have to overnight. But we are going to stay here. And anything can happen.
And just to Celtic, we must commend the St. Martin team as well. I'm certainly sure that it will be costly going back and forth, coming every weekend to be a part of this tournament. And I want to say kudos to their management team for having the squad coming to Anguilla to be a part in this particular tournament. So I want to say kudos to them for being a part of this tournament, and we do hope next year, God's willing, that we will see similar representation as well, and much more participation from our cricketers here in Anguilla.
That is so true, Tony. And another thing, GA Motors, right?
GA Motors, yeah.
GA Motors.
GA Motors, yeah.
Yeah, GA is General
Auto, yeah.
Right? And I think General Autos is owned by I think our good friend who likes cricket, the gentleman there, can't get his name right.
Is it?
Maxud, I think so. And Maxud, you know, he's a big businessman in St. Martin, and he loves cricket.
I know.
And I'm sure if GA is his, that's not that, you know, he would go all out. He would go all out.
And they did give a brief history as to the background of the team when they would have started. They started early on as youths in the tournament in St. Martin, and they decided to stick together. And some of them even would have represented the Leewards team. And so we would want to say kudos to the management staff. That is what you're looking for in terms of longevity and sustenance in any sport. You need the youth mixed in with the experience, the blend, the older folks as well. That's the only way
I
you can go.
mentioned a while ago with the Masters, with the organizers, would like to have 3 youths in the team, but unfortunately the Masters weren't able to get any. And hopefully that next year, God's willing, that the organizers, if they're going to have the cricket, will get together from early and make sure that what happens is that we get more teams involved, because the first 2 years, Tony, I mean, they were absolutely brilliant.
Yes,
the first 2 years
really
of this
good.
cricket,
Yes.
it was brilliant. And then for the 3rd year, just falling apart like that. So what we'll have to do, the organizers have to decide from early whether we are going to have the tournament or not. Because, and strange enough, do you realize, Tony, this is the only cricket tournament we have in Anguilla?
Yes, it is. It is the only cricket tournament
that we have in Anguilla is this one. And hopefully that next year that we have more teams together, because Blowing Point is missing, Farrington is missing.
Well, the Stony Ground.
Yeah. With the Stony Ground, the Beamers. We had the first 2 years we had 6 teams.
Yes. And
we only had 3 teams, and the Masters came in as makeshift.
Yes.
So to balance it out, so.
There's always, some stutters in any organization, in any development at times, and so you would expect that at some point in time, but it's how you regroup, how you put yourself going forward to the next tournament. The umpires out there, we see Mitchell Morton and Calvin Hughes. They will be umpires, or 2 umpires for the finals of the Anguilla Premier League T20 competition this year. And the 2 teams that will be vying for the crown in this year in 2023 will be the GA Spartans, General Auto Spartans, out of we will confirm that. Do you know who won the toss, guys?
Foreign Stars won the toss and
Foreign Stars, they have won the toss and they're deciding to bat. Whether that's a good move or not, we wouldn't know, but we will wait and see. And it's going to be some real serious cricket here.